Thank you for staying with us on the SportsMax Zone. And action in Spain's top flight, La Liga Santander, continued early on Monday with undefeated Barcelona up against Granada, who was searching for their first win of the season. We have those highlights.
Outswinger from him to Machis, headed away by Busquets. Escudero, another opportunity to get the cross in. This time he does, and Granada have taken the lead. Coming in at the back post, it's Dominguez Duarte. It's the worst possible start for Barcelona. The one thing that man there did not want to happen.
Obviously, it's not dealt with well by Barcelona. That it's exactly what Barcelona didn't need.
Well, he got just one goal last season, Dominguez Duarte, so he's matched that tally. But as you say, it was a very bright performance, and all the talk afterwards was of the ensemble and how everyone now is involved. Coutinho with the cross, drops in the area for Sergio Roberto off the crossbar, and cleared by Janeteki. Well, Sergio Roberto's already scored twice this season. Pre-match that he wanted a left-sided defender playing on the left. Well, there are none left now, so it's... Header comes in, and that's a brilliant save from Maximiano. It's Araujo with the chance. And so nearly the equaliser in the last minute of the first half. Luis Maximiano. Piqué and De Jong in the penalty area. Araujo gets his head to that. It's behind Piqué, but he brings it down. Tees up Gavi. Back into the area.
There you go.
Araujo has scored. And who better to score the goal than the man who's been the best player on the pitch for Barcelona tonight? Ronald Araujo. A minute left and Barca are level.
Look at the run from Araujo. Believe him. He wins the first header. Piqué plays it into Gavi. Cross, Araujo. Well, there's nothing Keane can do to stop the Uruguayan, but what a moment for Barca, and there's still time in the game.
And there goes the full-time whistle.
A 1-1 draw there between Barcelona and Granada. Well, former Trinidad and Tobago international and SportsMax Zone football analyst Brent Sancho is still with us. Brent, you know things are really bad when a team like Granada, now looking for a win in the season, actually gets a lead on you.
Well, look, I think Barcelona and Real Madrid fans are going to have to get used to this. It's called the rebuilding phase, and I think both teams are going through it. Barcelona certainly going through that rebuilding phase. We know all that has been going on from a financial perspective at the club. Of course, this is the post-Messi era, and the hope is some of the youngsters, Pedri, of course, Ansu Fati, etc., coming through would be the ones to pick up the mantle and hopefully could be the next Messi or Ronaldinho. So they're going to have to get used to these types of performances. They're going to have to get used to these types of results. I don't think it's all doom and gloom at Barcelona, Mariah. I think there is some hope as it relates to what we've seen so far in this season, but it's certainly not going to be them and Real Madrid running away with the league for what we've seen for the past 5 to 7 years. It's going to be a lot closer, and it's going to be ups and downs.
Ronald Koeman, the man who has been at the centre of speculation, with many asking, should he go? Will he go? Does Barcelona have the money to let him go? I get the sense that he was extremely relieved. He was tensed before when Granada was leading, and then you get a sense of relief when Araujo scored.
Yeah, I think Koeman has a good understanding as to what's happening at the club. There's no doubt about it, and that's one of the reasons why he's there. You have to ask yourself, who, if not him, then who? It's a situation there's not a lot of money for transfers coming in for players. It's a situation, of course, where you're going to have to be patient. It's a project because it is a rebuilding phase. And there's not many in world football from a manager perspective that may want to take a job like that, although, of course, it's a massive club like Barcelona. But that being said, it's a difficult ask, and I think as much as I'm not a big fan of Ronald Koeman as it relates to his tactical approach to football games, I have to say right now he's probably the guy that they'd have to hold on to for now until they can do any better in the future.
Yeah, what is it about his tactical acumen, Brent, that makes you not a fan of him?
I just think that the way he approaches football games, he's not. I don't think he's a coach on the front foot. You know, in a previous segment, we talk about Thomas Tuchel and the way he can change games with substitutions, tactical moves, etc. I just think that Ronald Koeman sometimes he shows that he can be a bit short on that aspect with things. And I don't think he's a type of manager that we're used to seeing at Barcelona. Of course, it's a club that had the likes of Rijkaard and of course Guardiola, who were excited, that played the sport in a particular way, approach games in a particular way. And I just feel that, and maybe it's because the tag that's attached to Koeman, that he's a stopgap for now, that maybe that's playing on my mind as relates to him. But I've never been a fan of him, and I continue not to be.
Yeah, well, they needed an 89th minute strike from Araujo to get the share of the points there, Brent. Not that Granada is a bad team. They were a top 10 team last year, and they've actually beaten Barcelona twice in the last 4 times they've met. But there was a lot of pressure coming Koeman's way coming into this match. He had to fend off a lot of questions before game time about his sturdiness in the position. And, you know, I saw reports suggesting that if they didn't win tonight, they were prepared to sack him. I know a lot of these reports sometimes, you know, are just people speculating and so on. But it did appear that he went into this match under a lot of pressure.
But if you think back, Lance, I think since Ronald Koeman has signed his contract, he's been under that kind of pressure. It seems like he's been asked from many reporters when he's going to go through that door, because it seems like since inception that he is under that pressure. Maybe as I said, because of he doesn't have the personality in terms of his football acumen, as I said and I explained, and a lot of reporters, a lot of fans of Barcelona are a bit disappointed in some of the decisions that he's made and continues to make. So, you know, he's always going to be under that pressure. And look, this is a Barcelona team that has been spoiled, really spoiled, because you've had the Messi era, you've had Ronaldinho. I could go on, and the list goes on, as you guys would know. They've always played a particular way. Even when they were not doing particularly well, they still managed to dominate games and play with a certain flair, a certain joy to watch. And certainly under Koeman, it's almost like watching paint dry at sometimes, and it's not the Barcelona that we're used to. And so I expect him to continuously be under pressure. Yeah, he's going to pull the result out the hat. Yeah. But the fact is a fact, and I think he is going to have his work cut out for him.
Yeah, well, Real Madrid, they kept their unbeaten run intact as they managed to clip Valencia 2-1 thanks to a late strike from Frenchman Karim Benzema. With the victory, Madrid continues their run atop the standings. Brent, we see Real Madrid, of course, at the top of the La Liga table. Some brilliance there from Benzema and Vinicius Jr.
Yeah, you know, I put my hand up here, Mariah. I didn't give Real Madrid much of a chance. I really felt the likes of Atletico would continue and cement their dominance of La Liga. I thought teams like Real Sociedad and Valencia now would start moving up. And because Real Madrid and Barcelona are rebuilding phases, they may have slipped down a bit. But look, I have to give credit where credit is due. And I think Real Madrid is doing a phenomenal job, especially that man there, Karim Benzema. You know, he's probably the most unheralded striker in world football. He does not get the plaudits like a Neymar, Messi, or Ronaldo. You don't hear his name calling in that realm of things. And if you look at his record and look at what he's done, in particular at Real Madrid, I would suggest he's easily, for me, one of the best strikers in the game currently, and certainly one of the best strikers in Real Madrid's history. To say something like that, knowing the type of strikers that Real Madrid would have produced from Puskas all the way up to Raul, etc., Ronaldo, is saying a lot. But the man has continued to deliver. And Karim Benzema certainly looks like he is in form and looks like he's going to try to push Real Madrid all the way.
Yeah, really some top stuff there from Karim Benzema. Well, here's a look at the full results of La Liga round 5 matches. We had Cadiz overcoming Celta Vigo, of course, Rayo Vallecano beating Getafe 3-0. No goals in the match between Atletico Madrid and Athletic Bilbao. 1-1 draw between Elche and Levante. Osasuna overcoming Alaves 2-0. No goals again between Mallorca and Villarreal. We had no goals in that match between Real Sociedad and Sevilla. A 2-2 draw between Real Betis and Espanyol. And Real Madrid, the winners there against Valencia, 2-1. The points table, this is how it stands right now. Real Madrid right at the top on the 13. Atletico Madrid, they're 2 points away from Real Madrid. Valencia sit comfortably in 3rd position on 10 points, but then we have Real Sociedad also, they're on 10 points and they're in 4th position. Barcelona, I was looking for them on the table earlier today. Well, they're now in 7th position on 8 points. Then in 18th spot, we have Celta. We have Getafe, they're sitting in 19th position, and Deportivo Alaves yet to get a point. So Brent, as the table stands now, Real Madrid at the top of the table, Atletico Madrid a bit away on points from them, but it's early in the season. How do you see this turning out?
Yeah, look, it's very early. I think it's very similar to the Premiership. Mariah, I'm off to Spain tomorrow, so I probably will catch the Real Madrid game during the course of this week. So I'm looking forward to actually seeing them live. And look, I do expect them to compete. You know, as I said before, I did not think they would be in the reckoning this season, but for what I've seen from Benzema, etc., I think they'll be up there. So for me, I think Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, those are the teams to look out for. And look for the likes of Real Sociedad, as I mentioned, Valencia, I like a lot. And that team, Sevilla, who gave a late charge last season, expect them to be up there. And don't despair, Barcelona fans. It is a rebuilding phase. It's going to take them some time to get things going. But I think those teams that I mentioned before certainly have a good chance of taking La Liga this season. Although it's quite early, as I said, and a lot could happen. But from what we've seen, that is my pick so far.
Well, Brent, thank you so much. Have a safe flight tomorrow, and I'm looking forward for when you book to come to Jamaica.
I'm looking forward to that as well.
All right, stay safe. We'll talk again.
Okay, take care, guys.
All right, well, a reminder, La Liga Santander continues on the home of champions on Tuesday with 2 live matches. Getafe will host Atletico Madrid at 12:30 p.m. if you're in Jamaica, 1:30 Eastern Caribbean time, followed by Athletic Bilbao, and they'll be up against Rayo Vallecano at 3 p.m. in Jamaica, 4 Eastern Caribbean time on SportsMax 2.
La gente me dice que ya es muy obvio, que ya se me nota.